How Zero Build literally saved Fortnite. Now, Fortnite Zero Build is one of the many modes that we have in Fortnite nowadays. It seems like every single mode has a Zero Build along with a ranked Zero Build, and it seems to consistently dominate the core Battle Royale mode. Most of the time, when I look at actual, like, just straight up Battle Royale, the Zero Build mode always has more players than the actual build mode, which is very, very interesting because that wasn't always the case. Now, Fortnite Zero Build was introduced all the way back in Chapter 3 Season 2, which was honestly a really long time ago. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but this was during the season where we saw the war between the 7 and the IO. Such an underrated season. Had so much fun playing this season. And one thing I particularly loved about this change, about Fortnite Zero Build, was that there was an explanation for why building just, suddenly disappeared from the game for a week. It was actually an attack from the Imagined Order during the war. They did that to, stop the 7 and stop, the people on the island from fighting back against them. Now, Fortnite initially just removed builds from the main modes, and there was a lot of apprehension and, confusion from the community because this was one of those changes that came out of absolutely nowhere. Like, nowadays, there's a lot more, like, numbness to, like, leaks and rumors and things being leaked, like, years in advance. But with this, there was no leaks, there was no rumors of build mode being removed. Just all of the sudden, building was literally just removed from the game. Nobody could build in regular Battle Royale anymore. And this confusion made sense. I mean, after all, Fortnite does literally have the word fort in it, and building was the unique component that separated Fortnite from other Battle Royale competition and made it what it is today. That was like the unique thing that brought a lot of people to the game when games like H1Z1 and PUBG, were more focused on realism and were kind of in a roundabout way the same sort of game. So a lot of people were thinking there's no way Fortnite can remove building because that's literally what the game was about, which makes sense. But as people continued playing, Zero Build in Fortnite became loved. And that really doesn't do it justice because a lot of people were hoping that they literally never removed this. Like, of course, that wasn't the case though, but a lot of people were saying, you guys should literally just keep Fortnite like this, just remove building forever. And that is a bit extreme for me, but that just goes to show how much people loved this mode. Now, I even made a video before talking about how Zero Build saved Fortnite and made it fun again while revitalizing my interest in the game when it happened. Now, this was a long time ago. If you want to go back in my channel, you can watch that. It was a very, very bad video, but that just goes to show, like, people were really loving Zero Build at the time, and it actually brought me back to playing the game and making content for a little while. Now, Fortnite couldn't have made this permanent without making it a separate mode, and that is exactly what they did. Like I said, today we have so many Zero Build modes. OG has a Zero Build, Reload, Main Battle Royale. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually, Save the World got a Zero Build mode because that's how much Fortnite loves to add a Zero Build mode to everything. And back then, the skill gap between builders was only getting farther apart. And if you think it was far then, like there was a really big skill gap, it's definitely far apart now. And that's one of the reasons why I think Zero Build was so necessary to add to the game. It's really impossible for, a new player nowadays to go into their first game of Fortnite and really be competitive without the lobby being filled with bots. And it takes quite a while to learn the mechanics of building and get really good at it. I mean, I might be a little bit biased with this. I've been playing the game for 7 years and I mostly play builds. I really don't play very much Zero Build, but if you think about it from a new player's perspective, if you go into a game, I mean, of course you're going to be up against bots, but eventually they'll put you in with real players, and we know how bad skill-based matchmaking is, so they'll go up against sweats who are building like hotels and all types of stuff, and people, that's just simply not fun for people. I think the introduction of Zero Build saved Fortnite from irrelevance simply because people were so good at building. Just for an example, people in my own family really only got interested in Fortnite when Zero Build was added, and I know a lot of people feel the same. I mean, building in general, even now, building, especially editing, because editing is something that you really have to know nowadays too to be competitive in certain situations, is really overwhelming to a lot of people. And for people who really just want to, play the game casually in terms of maybe like a few times a week with their family, that's really just not, sustainable. You're not going to have fun if you're just getting destroyed every single match, which goes to show why Fortnite also has bots, but that will be a conversation for another video. In general, Zero Build just made the game so much more friendly for anyone to play and made it much more noob friendly, which honestly is a great thing. Right now, there's a lot of like, talks between, what is better, build mode or Zero Build. I think that those modes can definitely coexist. They've coexisted for a long time. I've even seen people in my comments saying like the only way that Fortnite will be better or be revived is if they remove Zero Build and like, compile the player base. But if you really think about it, you guys, Zero Build has so many players. Like as 200,000 100,000 players right now. If you get rid of zero build, there's likely that maybe 150, 100,000 of those people wouldn't play Fortnite anymore, and that would really, really hurt the game. And now, even like I said, even though the build numbers in totals from all game modes exceeds the no build numbers, zero build still has hundreds of thousands of players online. That wouldn't be if it didn't exist. And genuinely, you guys, I do not think Fortnite would be nearly as popular if they didn't have zero build, just because of how intimidating building and editing can be. But let me know what you guys think about zero build down below in the comments. Do you guys think it saved Fortnite? Do you guys think it's necessary? Let me know down below. Drop a like on today's video if you did enjoy. You watched all the way to the end. You must have enjoyed, so drop a like for me. Subscribe to the channel. I make videos like these every single day. Use code PROZEROYT to help support me, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.